Good afternoon to all. First of all, let me thank TechnoBiz for this opportunity to come before you and share my vision or opinion about the Indian medical plastics and medical device industry. What are the opportunities in the Indian industry? I'll briefly talk about healthcare industry in India. Also the medical device industry, what are the Indian government initiatives for the creating opportunities in the medical device industry? What is the road ahead? I'll also come to the opportunities for the medical polymers and medical polymer processing industry in the country, and also on the future trends and opportunities. Friends, Indian medical and healthcare sector is witnessing unprecedented growth as the government aims to develop India as a global healthcare hub. India's healthcare ecosystem has long evolved its ability to deliver affordable solutions and also consistently offered value-based healthcare as a provider. One of the largest sectors of the Indian economy is the healthcare industry in India, and it comprises of hospitals, medical devices industry, health insurance, clinical trials, telemedicine, and medical tourism. The government has allotted $11.5 billion to the healthcare sector in India, which is about 10% more than the previous allocation. COVID-19 has accelerated the growth of this industry, and it is supported by sustained reforms by the government. And MedTech plays a central role in shaping access, affordability, and outcomes for the healthcare industry in India. It is positioned as a globally trusted, innovation-driven MedTech partner, delivering quality at scale. We all know from the birth of a child to the end of life how medical technology is important to everybody. India's medtech industry is fueled by domestic demand, supportive government policies, and rise of homegrown manufacturers. And it is recognized as a sunrise industry as government's Make in India mission. The country has become the hub for cost-effective devices, and it addresses the urgent need for accessible healthcare. It also offers a significant growth opportunity, both for the domestic and global manufacturers. The important growth factors or growth drivers for this industry are the growing awareness for the healthcare industry in the country, the technological innovations, the improving higher disposable incomes, aging of population, changing lifestyle diseases, also increasing public spending, also in the private sector spending, health insurance, new models coming in the healthcare delivery, as well as the public-private partnership. The medical technology sector is projected to grow to $50 billion by 2030, which will include $6 billion in the diagnostic equipment. The exports are also poised to reach about $20 billion by 2030. India is well positioned to emerge as a preferred medtech partner for both developed and emerging markets. It is steadily growing towards larger ambition, that is to become the medtech capital of the world, delivering affordable, high-quality healthcare solutions while shaping the future of global healthcare. As I've already mentioned, it's a sunrise sector for the Indian economy with multi-product diversified engineering industry, and also it comprises of large multinationals, small and mid-sized companies. India is the fourth largest market in Asia and among the top 20 markets in the world of medical devices. Being an emerging market is also an evolving as a potential manufacturing hub for the key global medical device players and some of the medical device companies. Coming to the various manufacturing clusters in the country. Some of the provinces, which include Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Haryana, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, etc., are the cluster locations for the manufacturing hubs for the medical device industry. As I mentioned, it is in the part of the Make in India initiative, and it is growing at a double-digit growth rate of 12 to 15%. As per the government data, there are about 4,000 plus medical device manufacturers in the country, and they are divided into various categories A, B, C, and D, depending on the risk factors. And it includes 50% manufacturing in the disposables, consumables, and implants. The rest includes surgical instruments, electromedical equipment, and diagnostic reagents. India is now emerging as the reliable and competitive partner for the global market also. Exports have maintained global growth despite global trade disruption, geopolitical disruptions, and also has showing the ability to blend cost effectiveness with uncompromised quality. Indian manufacturers are today meeting international benchmarks of safety and performance. While tariffs have created temporary barriers, they have also spurred Indian companies to diversify markets, strengthen competitiveness, and focus on suitable long-term growth. The various capacity categories of the products that are exported include major consumable and disposable, almost to the extent of 45%, followed by electronic equipments, implants, and others. The countries to which the exports are taking place mainly include Europe, NAFTA countries, African countries, and then many more. Government schemes have helped growth of medical devices exports to 84.8% in last 6 years, almost reaching $4,000 million in the year 2024-25. One of the important schemes that is supported by the government of India is the production linked incentive schemes, along with various medical device parts being created in the country. Manufacturing of key components and accessories, skill development support for clinical studies, development of common infrastructure, and industry promotion. These are some of the focus areas of the government of India. One of the important recent development includes the creation of Export Promotion Council for Medical Devices. It has a focus on regulatory harmonization, trade facilitation, and market intelligence, empowering the Indian companies to navigate international trade complexities and also expand their footprint. Make in India for the world, with the vision of making India as a global hub for high quality, affordable medical devices, is the focus activity of the Export Promotion Council for Medical Devices. There are various other government schemes also, as I mentioned earlier. It includes regulatory streamlining, enabling infrastructure, facilitation of research and development and innovation, attracting investments in the sector, human resource development, and brand positioning and awareness creation. The government policies also include creation of a national medical device policy, which was created in 2023. As I mentioned earlier, medical device parts, production link incentives, price monitoring, government portal for supporting the marketing of the medical devices in the country, as well as creation of common facility centers and the Export Promotion Council. These are briefly the various support activities. As I mentioned, the country is aiming to $50 billion by 2030, with domestic manufacturers investment ranging from $2.7 or 2.5 to, and the turnover of approximately 6 to 7 million. The government released medical device rules in 2017. to enhance ease of doing business and also ensure availability of quality medical devices across the country. The new regulation is likely to result in large employment opportunities since 80 to 90% of the companies are in small and medium scale sectors. So far as the composition of the medical device stakeholders in the country is concerned, the sector is divided into various layers of manufacturing, including production of finished medical products, distribution, services, also the supply chain, which include design and prototyping, manufacturing of components and finished products, semi-finished products, manufacturing of accessories and other products, assembly, sterilization, labeling, logistics, etc. Looking to the road ahead for the medical devices, the government is addressing reducing the country's high import dependency with focus on fostering indigenous innovation, scaling manufacturing capabilities, and strengthening exports. India's regulatory system is moving decisively toward digitization, enabling transparency, predictability, and speed towards a single window front-ended system. However, the country needs development of a robust component and raw material manufacturing ecosystem. Now, as I mentioned, medtech in India comprises of 50 to 60% domestic manufacturing of disposables, where the polymers or plastics are the major component for the products. And as we know, the benefits of using plastic with respect to performance and compatibility and economy. There are various subsectors of medical device industry or healthcare industry where the polymers are the backbone for the industry. It includes in pharmaceuticals, healthcare services, medical devices, hygiene products, and more. New materials are being introduced in the Indian market, reducing the rate of infectious diseases. It also improves the pain management and patient comfort. It is also life-sustaining medications possibility increasing, and also the life expectancy. It is very important to note that the regulatory body is very particular about implementing the quality requirement for the polymers in the country. It includes biological requirements, chemical requirements for sterilization, technical other tests, and also for quality packaging requirements. The various categories of the polymers used include commodity thermoplastics, engineering thermoplastics, high temperature thermoplastics, and various other polymers. The share of various polymers are divided between commodity plastic as almost 70%, followed by engineering plastic 20% for various applications, and also high temperature thermoplastics and also more. There are various polymers that are used depending on the application of the medical devices, divided into various end-use requirements like non-contact with human body, or short-term contact with human body, or medium-term contact, or long-term contact. Depending on that, the polymers are used in the medical device industry. Regarding the manufacturing or processing of the polymers also, there are a number of developments taking place, both in the major processes like injection molding, extrusions, 3D printing, antibacterial coatings, and many other post-extrusion processes. The polymer industry or the supply chain industry is also required to follow ISO 13485 or similar quality management systems. And even though the process may require more investment, the regulatory bodies insist on implementing the ISO and other regulatory systems, including the biocompatibility requirements for ISO 10993, etc. There are various other market opportunities, including free field, I mean, the combination products like, say, free field syringes, 3D printed products or devices, or also the various specialty therapeutic requirements. Subcontracting to the Indian companies by the developed countries is one of the major phenomenon happening in the Indian market today. I will shortly mention some of the emerging opportunities for various medical disposables or the medical devices requiring polymers as the major raw material, which includes cardiology disposables, dialysis disposables, respiratory disposables, blood management products, various blood management products, and also the medical textiles, various types of medical textiles for hygiene, non-implantable products, textiles, implantable textiles, etc. So I once again thank Technobiz for this unique opportunity, and thank you very much for patient listening to me.